Sup, good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody having a beautiful day. I need to wipe this fucking links. Hold on 1 second. Pardon my language. Yes, it's a little bit past 9:20. I apologize. I'll explain. I'm usually late. I am usually late. That's a fact. We're not gonna discount that. But I'm late today because I am trying to get in contact with the guest. I'm trying to get in contact with the guest, so you have to pardon me that I'm a little late today. I'm actually late for a good reason. I'm usually not late for a good reason. I'm usually just late because I'm going slow shit. Anyway, so today I'm trying to get in contact with guests. I have not been able to get in contact with the guest this morning, but the guest did tell me he was coming on the show. So let's just start the show up. And then we'll see where it's at. We see if he's gonna fucking contact me. I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm trying to hit him back. What up, Kashana Brown? What up, Jenny Lozano, Kenyatta Peterson? How's everybody doing? What's up, Jason? What's up, Odell? What's up, Vix? How you doing this morning? I seen Vix dropping them links. You that shorty. That's what it is. I really do appreciate you. What up, Salantha? What up? I hope I said that name right, by the way. What up, Tito White? What up, G? I'm just gonna say I don't know how to G Balere. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, what up, Mills? I'm checking the phone. The individual is supposed to be on the show this morning. I hit him up yesterday. I said, "Yo, can you come on the show today?" He hit me up last night. He said, "Yeah," and haven't spoken to him since. So we're gonna see what I'm laughing at shit, but this is not funny. We're gonna see what happened. I'm expecting him to come on the show. I'll try to contact him again through this app. What up, Ruby Reed? What up, Mills? What up, Tiandre? What up? Who else we gotta be? What up, I don't know, Mr. Jones. How you doing? I see a lot of y'all in here early today. I really do appreciate y'all. Yo, what up, my brother?
Jack Frost, man. What's good, man? I overslept a little bit.
Over a little?
I just moved, so I've been up moving all night. I dozed the fuck off after he told me to go ahead.
All right, that's what it is. I don't know. We was gonna just do it through the phone. You rather do it through this?
Yeah, I can do it through this. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? I know what I can't talk about, and I know what I can talk about.
All right, so if we come to something you can't talk about it, then we just gonna move on. That's what it is.
No. I'm gonna let it be known. I'm gonna be straightforward. I can't talk about it. If you got information that I ain't got, then run
it. You the man. I fucks with you, homie. Couple of things I want to say first. First thing is, you're not currently actually on the physically being seen.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Right. I ain't got my brush, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I wake up in the middle of the night and brush my hair, yo. That's a fact, yo. I'm not even lying.
I know this. Check my nose, make sure my nose is all right and whatnot, no buzzes or nothing.
You're a funny guy. Yo. Couple of things I want to say before we even get started. And before we get started, I want everybody to also know, you got to say your name, man. Let everybody know who we talking
to. Talking to Bryce Gang CEO, a.k.a. John Doe from Brooklyn.
Copy. As far as with Treyway and things like that, how are you affiliated, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm the manager. I manage Food Bang. I'm one of Food Banger's managers.
Okay, so you're a Food Banger manager. So basically, anything basically going on with Food Banger, you would know about.
Yeah. Like if you go back to all his mixtapes, Spicy Life, my name on all that.
Copy. Okay, so one more thing I want to add before we even get into this, because I need people to understand who we're speaking with right now. You understand what I'm saying? How long have you been Food Banger's manager?
Me and Food Banger been running ever since 2000, and it would have to be like 2006, 2007 as far as the music is concerned. But as far as like friendship, it's been a long time.
Okay, copy. We just want to be clear on that, because you know how a lot of times people speaking the truth, you got individuals that they try to throw mud in the water and act like people don't know, and they don't even know what the hell is going on themselves. You feel me?
Oh, you know, like a lot of people, like I stay in the shadows, right? But like, if you pull up one of his mixtapes and you go to the back in the credits, a lot of them you see presented by Young Bryce and Mel Matrix.
Copy. Okay, so Mel Matrix was also part of this music endeavor that y'all were doing also.
I mean, you know, Mel is a part was the hop. You know what I'm saying? So when me and Fu sat down one day and was like, yo, man, I see you doing all that, your music thing out in the South. I see what you're doing. How can I get a part of that? So, you know, we was kicking it. I was doing my thing. He wasn't really into the music like that at first. He was into it, but he wasn't into it.
Copy.
So, you know, slowly it was like, yo, Fu, man, you know, let's do this. And then what happened was Mafia Magazine had hit him up one day. And they wanted to do an interview. But, you know, with us, how we operate, you know, those interviews, when you start doing interviews, man, like me, Fu, and a couple other people that in that circle right there, before we do interviews, man, we like to let people we like to talk to each other because a lot of times people get ambushed in interviews. And some people are just not capable. Some people don't know about journalism to the point to know when they're being set up.
That's a fact. Like how Homegirl was set up when she did the interview with Vlad.
Yeah. Oh, he did Sarah all kinds of ways, man. If I was Sarah, I'd go to the motherfucking police and say I was violated. So I was violated.
Oh man, yo. All right, so we pretty much understand that as far as the things that we're about to discuss, you have intimate knowledge. So you're not an individual who's on the outside looking in. You're actually on an individual who's on the inside looking out.
As far as Fu Banger's situation.
Okay, no, because that's basically what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, you know, because I've been in the past couple of days since I put up my video, I got a lot of people hitting me up talking about, you know, what's up with Mel? The first thing I tell them, shit, when you get a letter from them, let me know.
Copy.
You know, like, I only concern myself with shit that concerns me.
That's a fact.
You know, if it don't concern me, I hear about a whole bunch of stuff, but I keep my mouth shut, man. You know, that ain't none of my business.
That's a fact.
Like a lot of people, even with these blogs, a lot of these dudes ain't never met none of these dudes. They ain't never did no business with none of these dudes. You just supporters. And being a supporter, you can have your opinion. But your opinion is your opinion. Because if you don't know, you don't know.
That's a fact.
Mac, Fu, we talk. So like, you know, like way before all it, like, I'm gonna break something down for the people, right?
Copy.
You put out somebody gave you a link and you put out the information as they gave it to you. And it was like, you know, they saying that Fu said Mel and Shadi was talking on him. You know, that's far-fetched because let's just say for the sake of argument that could have been true in a situation. That situation wouldn't have been true for Fu and Mel.
Mm.
So when that information got out, it was like, okay, hold on. How did Frost find that out? We already know Shadi dirty, but what would make him say that it was this other person with him? Well, why would he have said Mel? You know why? Because you got people that want to see Mel go down.
Mm.
You got a lot of people that want to see that man go down. But everybody talking, they got that man at the top of the totem pole.
Mm.
So who the hell, out of everybody in that paperwork, who the fuck can he tell him without telling on himself?
That's a fact.
So, you know, when it comes down to that, a lot of people are just opinionated. Then you got a lot of these bloggers. I'm going to tell you something. They got a dude, and I'm going to say this, Crown TV, the Prince. Hey, man, take your mini skirt off and take it back to the store. Tell them that you wore the thongs. You got a skid mark in them, but you need to return them, man. Because I'm going to tell you something. Like, dude, you're doing tribute videos to a grown man. Let's fuck on the snitching part. You know, even if Shadi wasn't dirty. Like homeboy, do a tribute to Malcolm X.
Thank you!
Do a tribute to Marcus Garvey. Do a tribute to Coretta Scott King. You know what I'm saying? Do a tribute to somebody that means some shit. The fuck are you doing a tribute to a street nigga that ain't even right? You know what I'm saying? How you do? Man, another thing is, why would you want to honor a nigga that fucked, pardon my language, pardon the N-word, how do you want to honor a porch monkey that messed up a multi-million-dollar bag? Why would you want to support somebody so dumb that they can't keep their hands on $1 million fortune and make sure it keeps growing? You know, like people, you're idolizing a person who was self-destructive. Come on, man. How you gonna idolize somebody that destroyed themselves?
That's a fact.
To follow that means you're self-destructive. That means to me, you need risk assessment because you're a danger to yourself as well as others.
That's a fact.
Say
that again, my brother. Tell them, say everything you just said after risk assessment. You're a danger to who?
Risk assessment because they're a danger to themselves as well as others. You know, the information they put out, like I'm gonna tell you, I'm careful about a lot of things I say because I know the influence I may have on some things. You know what I'm saying? So like, I might say something to the wrong person, and that person might take that shit and be like, you know what? B just told me to go get him. I ain't tell you to go get nobody, but my tone of how I say certain things, this is what I like to tell people. The person that dictates the narrative controls the direction of the story.
That's
so,
a
you
fact.
know, if I come to you and I be like, yo, dude right there, you know, he's that suspect. Everybody talking about that dude. It makes you think and go investigate why would they be talking about that dude. But what happens is when you start asking questions to people like, yo, what's up with dude? They might have some inner feelings that they might put on the table that's not actual facts. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of people deal with emotions. And that's not good.
I'm listening. 1 second. I didn't remove your comment. I don't know how your comment got removed, Kashana. I didn't remove it. I'm sorry about that. Keep going.
Yeah, you know, so like I said, a lot of people, man, they deal with emotions. And these dudes are very emotional, man. Like, that's just crazy. It's just crazy for us. I'm telling you, man. Like, people clout chase to a level that is just, it's unheard of now. Like, it used to be when you in the streets, let's keep it quiet.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Keep it quiet. If the circle know and nobody outside the circle know, we're going to live forever. Look at these operations back in the days, man. You got drug kingpins who made millions a month and millions a year and went 20, 30 years and never went to jail.
That's a fact.
Why? You know why? Because they didn't have shotties around them. And I'm not saying Shotty himself.
That type of
they
energy.
didn't have shotties around them.
That's a fact.
Let me tell you something. This is what I learned. If a person been around you 10 years, and then after 10 years, they start changing their ways or, you know, money come into play and they start changing up, you know what? That person's going to change up all the way. That person always changed. They was just waiting for their opportunity to strike.
Got a question.
You know what I'm saying? I call it the snake mentality.
That's a fact.
Snake is going to sit there and wait. He's not going to chase you, but the second you walk by and he's in striking this, he's going to lean back, and when you make that next step, he's going to strike you.
That's a fact. Got a question.
Yeah.
This is just a little hubris on my own for my own self. But how accurate has these videos I've been putting out been? I'm asking because I have so many people trying to tell me that I'm lying, that I got fake facts, that I don't have facts, that I'm lying, my information is inaccurate, and I'm wrong. How accurate has the information on the BBN network been?
Let me tell you something. If you wasn't accurate, you got enough people in that nation, enough dudes that's in the streets that would be offended by it to the point where you got bloggers threatening you. But if you was lying and putting out fake facts, they wouldn't be threatening you. You would have dudes trying to come pull up on you, Jack. I'm gonna tell you that. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, it's like, you know, you're bringing a negative light to something that's already negative. So you're brought.
Oh, we gotta call it back. We gotta call it back. Ah, we calling it back. IG, why did you do that to us, IG? Yo, they cut you out. My fault, my brother. Keep talking your shit.
You know what I mean? So like, you know, then what was I saying a second ago?
We was talking about what would be happening if I was out here capping, talking about some shit that ain't true.
You was listen, Jack. If you was out there on some fugazi shit, hey man, you in Brooklyn, you in New York, the Bronx. It's so many of them guys in New York City, man. You walking by them every day, they see you, and when you see them, what they say? What's up, Jack Frost, man? Good work, man. Hey, Jack, you did them good, Jack. You see how you put that out there? They not coming at you sideways in person. They paying homage. Like, oh, they not doing no tribute videos, but you know, they paying homage. Like,
I don't got no tribute
videos.
videos.
Appreciate what you're doing.
That's
Frost, you like what you're doing.
That's a fact.
Am I right?
That's a fact.
So like, you ain't got people out there chasing you around town trying to gun you down, man. So that's how you know what you saying ain't all far-fetched. Although, like I said, I'd be the first, and I told you this before, there are some times where, you know, I might sit back and be like, ooh, but it's not that you're saying something wrong, it's that, in my opinion, you might have just said a little bit too much.
That happens.
But saying too much is not saying something wrong. It's just, you know, you let a little bit more of the cat out the bag than you should have.
I do try to be careful though, not for nothing. I do try to be careful. That's a fact.
Well, it's not a bad thing. It's just the fact of content-wise.
Yeah.
It's some stuff that you could just leave for a whole nother video. That's a whole nother set of views.
That's a fact. Yo,
like,
everybody check out the, hold on one second. Everybody check out the throwback videos that I've been putting out for the last week. Check them out because we got some content coming and you're going to need to have seen these throwback videos in order to really appreciate the content that we have coming on this channel. Finish what you're saying, my brother?
Yeah, so like, you know, a lot of people, they mad at you, man. I'm going to tell you something. If you didn't have people hating on you, then that means what you're doing is wrong. And that means what you're saying is not fact. People only go against the facts.
That's a fact.
You know, why do people argue facts but support a lie? Because a lie is easier to digest.
That's a fact.
A lie caters to your ego. When you lie to somebody, you're stroking their ego. So it's easier to swallow somebody stroking my ego than somebody ramming a motherfucking tube down my throat saying, you're going to eat this work. You know what I'm saying? You're going to eat this. It's different. A lot of dudes don't live with truth. A lot of these dudes live a fantasy life.
That's a fact.
You know, because like I said, you know, and I'm going to go back to Mr. Crown TV again because I'm a personal fan of my brother Jack Frost. And
appreciate you.
For that dude just put up a video talking about, well, Jack Frost said I was snitching and he got paperwork and he took the video. Nigga, you are homaging Shotty. You ain't never met the dude. You know what I'm saying? He's like the gay dude. He's like the gay dude inside the store. Oh my God. You know, he's running around talking about when this bald head guy get out, I'm gonna Mr. Clean and shine his head. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That dude, Prince, you is an asexual. Bryce Gang CEO has said it. You asexual, homeboy. I wasn't gonna say you metrosexual, but you know, a metrosexual like women. You like men, and I don't want to say homosexual because I'm not against the LGBTQI community.
Yeah, shout out to them, by the way.
I'm just against grown men who chase after grown men that ain't into men. And you know, Shotty ain't into no men. Shotty into women. I will say that, you know, he into women. So you chasing behind a grown man, you know, so that's homosexual activity, man. In 2019, we gotta stop. We gotta be grown men.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. So I got a question.
What's that?
Let's talk about the food banger situation. We can talk about that.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
So the first thing I want to say is this, right? Just listen to what I got to say, and I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions after. So there's a shooting at the Barclays.
Yeah.
Who was the police told originally did it?
Well, before I say that, at the Barclays Center, that night, I wasn't there. I'm gonna say that I wasn't there. I was in a whole nother city, a whole nother state. I didn't run around with them dudes. I got Bryce Gang music group going on.
Copy.
So, that night, what I'm saying, there was a situation from what I understand, and I'm gonna say from what I understand.
What you want?
Not as my fact. From what I understand, Gorilla Boy, they got into a Gorilla Boy. Things start going crazy. Somehow, some way, it got so out of hand that I guess either somebody made a threat or gesture or whatever the case may have been. That had been something been going on all day. Like, they tried to, we got videos of them niggas trying to run them dudes over.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Which like I said, when going back, if my dude fool was a rat, he could have put out the video of his life being put in danger, giving him reason to defend himself.
Mm.
He didn't do that. He took his lick.
Mm.
Why did he take his lick? Because at the end of the day, when what happened was, that situation happened, the shot was let off. Shots was fired, everybody dispersed.
Mm-hmm.
The driver, Owe, for some reason, he might not have known who was, or maybe he might have even confused Fu with Crippy. But for some reason, he thought it was Crippy.
Okay.
And that was the information that Owe gave out. So for 2 weeks, the feds thought it was Crippy who did it.
Okay, so hold
they
on.
Had
Let's stop there.
Yeah.
So for 2 weeks, the feds thought that Crippy was actually the individual that fired the shots inside of the Barclays. Now, we're not saying who fired the shots. We're just saying that initially the feds thought it was
alleged.
Crippy.
It was alleged that it was Crippy who did it.
Copy. Okay, so because that's the information that the feds was given. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. We're not saying anyone did it. We're just saying the information that the feds was given by a driver.
The feds was under the influence that it was Crippy who did it.
Copy. Okay, so 2 people get picked up. Who was the 2 people that got picked up by the feds?
6ix9ine, from what I understand, 6ix9ine got picked up first. He bonded straight out.
Okay, and who else?
6ix9ine, Danny bonded straight out because, come on, NYPD know that little kid ain't no problem. He's a pain in the ass. I'm saying NYPD knows he's a pain in the ass. I'm gonna tell you something. Anytime NYPD see you as a problem, hey man, you end up on the news choked out over selling a cigarette on the streets, man.
That's a fact. Shout out to Rico Grind for the donation. He said supporting the BX. That's a fact. So hold on. So they picked up 6ix9ine. He bonded straight out.
Yeah.
So who else did they pick up?
Then they picked Shotty up.
Copy.
Shotty got bonded out a couple of days later. And it was like about a few days later.
Okay.
Now, those are the only 2 people who was arrested for questioning in that Barclays incident. So even though the police was under the influence, from what I understand from my partner, that it might have been Crippy, they didn't go looking for Crippy for that. Because they were still investigating.
Copy.
Out of nowhere, Fu gets pulled over. Fu, I understand how Fu see it. Fu said they didn't have no reason to pull him over. That's my business partner, but this is what I'll say. It wasn't a coincidence. That wasn't a coincidence right there. They pulled him over because they was following him. He wasn't in his own car. So for them to follow somebody else's car and pick him up, he was targeted. How did they target him? How would they have known who he was with? Because you got people around that know personal information.
Mm.
And those people leak personal information.
Mm. Okay, so Fu gets picked up 2 weeks after 6ix9ine and Shotty had got picked up and got spoke to by the police. Now, before we go any further, I want to say something real quick. 6ix9ine had got robbed at some point, right? 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
6ix9ine, as far as I know, didn't tell the police who robbed him ever.
Never. You know why? Because he wasn't gonna do that. In my opinion, Danny told. You know, and he told. But Danny's not a rat. He's not the rat. Because before Danny broke, bended, and folded, he stood tall. He kept saying he wasn't telling nothing. In fact, even after he cut them off, he still wasn't going to tell. You think Danny didn't know the niggas were screwing him over? That little boy knew he was getting fucked over, man. Come on, man. He knew it. But see, it wasn't until the public started to realize it. You know, it's different when you're getting played. And when the world sees you getting played. You know, when they see you getting played, it's different. You can play a person all day long. Look, you're in the Bronx. How many people get sunned and soldiered out in the Bronx? Don't say nothing. But once people start talking about you a punk and other people start bothering them, that person comes out of their shell.
Okay,
it's a defense mechanism.
So now check this out. So in your estimation, do you think, because 6ix9ine held on to that information about him actually getting robbed for a long time, do you think in your estimation that 6ix9ine told who let off the shot in the Barclays?
No. Because at that time, 6ix9ine was still a part of the team. He was running with the team. The person who let off the shot at the Barclays did that in defense of 6ix9ine. You know, like the dude was trying to protect the bag.
That's a fact.
You know, it wasn't no personal. Like I could tell you, man. You know, them dudes didn't bless Fool Banger. They ain't blessed Fool for what he did. Fool do what he do because that's who Fool is. And that's the difference between a lot. Like I said, a lot of these guys. That's the difference. You bandwagon riders. You only on the bandwagon because you see a bag or you see an opportunity. We them type of dudes that, hey man, loyalty is everything. I don't care if I get $0. As long as my loyalty is not put in jeopardy, hey man, I live it broke. But I'm gonna live with my head held high. Okay. And that's the reality of it.
Okay, hold on. So when Fool got arrested, right? I had a conversation where he said when he got arrested, niggas ain't even look out for him. Niggas ain't putting nothing on his books. Niggas ain't bonding him out, no nothing. Now he said that his bond was like 40 grand, right? So that means that he got to pay what, 4,000, right? 10%, right? So these guys was making enough money to pay 10%, right?
Man, them dudes is getting 50,000 a show. Hey man, I done seen videos where them dudes done blew 5,000 at a strip club.
And just
the Fool got locked up.
Just so we could be clear, who was in charge of Danny's money more than anybody else?
I don't know.
So you wouldn't know. So
I wouldn't know.
Okay, so I'm laughing. So all right, let me rephrase that question. If Shotty wanted to bail him out, could he have?
Yes.
So Fool gets locked up for defending the bag, which is actually Shotty's job, correct? Shotty's job to protect the bag, right?
Well, no. In that aspect, Shotty did his job.
Okay.
In that aspect, he did his job. Shotty put the people in place around to make sure that 6ix9ine was safe at all times. Hey, man, let me tell you something. How many little Puerto Rican kids, Mexican kids, you know, can run around and call big OGs out on the West Coast, suck my dick and all that? How many people you know can do that and not get their head taken off?
Once again, before we go any further, I say this all the time. I say Treyway is the best security in hip hop. I say that because 6ix9ine was running around doing all types of weird shit. Nobody ever touched him. Only people who touched him was his own damn people. Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, allegedly. I'm going to repeat allegedly.
Those are the only people that touched him. And he was talking some mean shit. He was talking to the people in Chicago. And we already know how they get down. Shout out to Chirac. We know how they get down. He was talking crazy to the people in Chicago.
But one thing I can say though, I'm gonna give a shout out to them boys out there in Chirac. Because out of everybody, them Chirac boys was ready to go to war.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They was ready to go to war. Like they was ready to go to war behind that. But you know, like I said, you know, and even down to like all the other stuff going on, man. Danny was reckless. From everything, all the information I got, that dude is reckless all the way. So nobody tried to hurt him. And as far as the robbery is concerned, man, you know, if the people they say did it really did it, then you know 6ix9ine didn't tell, because one of those, the Hall was out there in LA fighting with him at the airport. So how do you not know who he is?
That's a fact.
Danny didn't give that up.
Exactly.
He didn't tell him that.
Exactly. So just so we could be clear, people are accusing 6ix9ine of being the first snitch. Now, we're not saying he's not telling on shit. He's in the situation he's in now. Nobody's saying that he's never told on anybody. Let's just get that clear. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this. We're talking about Fubanga's situation. I'm saying I don't think that 6ix9ine had anything he could have told on Fubanga about to put him away. Now, with this being said, what is Fu actually locked up for?
Fu is locked up, really, basically on it's kind of like a conspiracy charge. You know, he's a member of a gang affiliated, openly admits to activities. He openly pled to activities that had nothing to do with the case. That's not even put into the case.
Okay, so hold on. Let's stop 1 second. Do y'all remember a couple of months ago when I put out a video saying that Shotty was telling on shit that had absolutely nothing to do with the RICO case? I put that out a couple of months ago. I just want to remind everybody about that because, you know, BBN is so inaccurate. Anyway, so how did they find out that he was a part of a gang?
Well, see, what ended up happening was, you know, the feds is crafty. You know what I'm saying? So like when they lock you up and they put your stuff into evidence, all your stuff don't go to evidence. All electronic devices go to a data tech. So, you know, they have these people's phones. They you know, so they know what's going on. What ends up happening is Shotty back is against the wall. We already know that. His back is all the way against the wall. So, you know, when they come to him, and another person, I ain't even gonna name this person yet. Notice I said yet. You know, him and another person.
Ah! All right, hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. All right. Also, before we call them back, we're calling them right back right now. Could we get those likes up? We got almost 500 people in here, and we don't even have 300 likes. Could we get those likes up? That's 1. 2, if anybody want me to ask him a question, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to donate to ask him a question. If you don't like that, ain't shit I could do about that. If you want to ask him a question, you got to donate.
They don't want the truth out, Jack. They don't want the truth. Hey, that's Shotty lawyer trying to get us shut down and whatnot.
Oh man, yo. All right, Fish, you remember where you was at?
Yeah.
Yo, everybody, time out. Everybody follow Bryce Gang on IG. Somebody put Bryce Gang's IG up in here. Keep going.
Yeah, so like I was saying, they bought these two people, put a bunch of information in front of them. Hey man, you know how the feds work. We don't want you, even though we want you. We want you, but we don't want you. If you give us somebody, we're gonna go easy on you. So pictures started coming up. Hey, I need you to identify the people in these pictures. That's such and such. That's such and such. That's such and such. Okay, now that you've identified these people, what are their roles? He's a shooter. Whenever that guy's around, he has a gun. He's a protector of the organization.
Now, who are these? Who is this that the feds are talking to specifically, or are you just saying in general?
And specifically and in general.
Okay, so who are you talking about specifically?
They took it to Shadi and somebody else.
So repeat everything that you just said that the feds is doing when they're talking to Shadi. I need people to be able to have context.
They was taking them pictures, showing them pictures. He was identifying the people in the pictures and what their role was.
Would you call that snitching?
Snitching? That is beyond snitching. That is ratatouille. That right there is the taming of the shrew. You know what I'm saying? That is a catcher in the rye all the way, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's going on is, so he's giving information. That information is documented. They document the information, but it's not like a signed statement. It's documented information. So they took this information, Fu already confined. They went to Fu and said, yo, listen, we already know the situation at the Barclays. We already know this is how much time you can get. We already know that there's not really the evidence to support it. But guess what, homeboy? Who's this in this picture right here? Oh shit, that's me. Yeah, that's you, right? So Mr. Levitt, who's this in this picture? That's me again. So, hey, do you recognize this phone number on this phone transcript? Yeah, that's my number. Do you recognize these text messages? Yeah, those are my text messages. So, Mr. Fubanger, you want to play with us? Or you going to take this deal? Or you want to work with us? Fubanger said, man, fuck y'all. Go ahead and give me my time. Nigga, I'm going to go ride my time in a box. I ain't helping y'all do shit.
That's real nigga shit.
He took 7 years when the most he could have got was 3.
That's
Who
crazy.
does that? If I know all I'm gonna get, the most I could get is 3 years. Why would I plead guilty to 7?
That's a fact.
That's more than double the time.
That's a fact. Shout out to Cream Lord with the donation. He says, Jag, big shout out to you from Cream World. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to Driving for Dollars for the donation. Appreciate you. So basically, just so we can be clear, I was gonna cut you off right there anyway because we got to make sure that we stop. So the ones in the back, the slow kids, they can get what we're talking about. So basically, you're saying that the feds came to Fubanger at some point. Somebody came to Fubanger to talk to him about the deal because, as we all know, they're talking to every single which one of these guys about a deal.
And right? This was the end of April. Towards the middle of end of April, almost.
Okay, so wow. Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Okay, so they come to Fubanger. Shout out to Frank for the donation. He says was one of those people 6'9". You're being funny. No. Shout out to Driving Dollars. He's trying to figure out who the other guy is. Everybody would have blamed 6'9", but no, 6'9" was not the other guy that they came to.
This is what I'm gonna tell the world. If you want to know who the other guy is, and you really want to know, go to the original RICO, read all the names, and think to yourself who gets talked about, who don't get talked about, who disappeared, who's not around, and you find the answer. The answer is in the media.
Yeah, it's right in front of you. The answers to everything is right in front of you.
Journalism is an art.
The
answers are right in front of you. It's like taking a test in school. You have to read the paragraph, reread the paragraph, and decipher the information.
That's a fact.
So when they took this information, these two people said to the feds, listen, man, This the person, da 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 da. So what the feds did was said, okay, we're gonna hold on to this information. If he takes that deal, you ain't got to worry about it. If he doesn't bite, you're gonna have to come to court and say what you're gonna say. Both of them motherfuckers said, "Yo, I'm willing to testify." Both of them.
Wow. So Shotty said
they was willing to testify.
So Shotty said, as far as we know, that he said he was willing to testify against Fubanga if Fubanga went to trial to try to prove. Because what Fubanga, hold on, because I don't think people get this. 1 second. Fubanga had to prove that he wasn't part of a gang, nothing to have to do with the shooting. Is this correct? That's what he's charged with.
The shooting was already known. Like that was a no-brainer.
Okay, but what he was going to trial for, that these guys was gonna speak with him about, was whether he was part of a gang or not, correct?
Yeah, they was gonna speak on his role and part in the gang.
There you go. So that's
and it was gonna divulge information leading to that could lead to other investigations. Hence why when they hit him with Fu ain't had no choice. You think that man wanted to do 7 years when he know he could have been home in a year?
Now check this out also, real quick. Basically, Fubanga protected other people from being able to be brought up on charges. Because if he goes to court, and then they go and they come out there and they become witnesses, they're also going to have to implicate other people in crimes that involved him in order to be able to talk, in order to be able to be a witness against him. Am I correct?
Yeah, but not only that, you got to understand, to bring them into a trial, you know how district attorneys and prosecutors work. That is an open door to get Shotty on the stand and go back and be like, hey, what happened on July 15th, 2009?
To talk about tons of other shit.
Nothing to do with Treyway. But you know what I'm saying? That opens a door. So Fubanga, being in jail before, knowing the game, hey man, we ain't gonna play with y'all. We know what this is. It's a shakedown. You know, I'm gonna tell you something about people that's in the streets. Real dudes in the streets, we know what we doing, man. We know the consequences of our actions. So, you know, when it comes down to it, we're going to take our lick. Period. We ain't going to cry about it, you know what I'm saying? If I got to take a plea deal to see my kid in 5 years, opposed to never seeing him again, then I'm going to go sit in that cage. Period. But you got dudes that ain't built like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, I can't say what I'm going to do if somebody told me they was going to give me 100 years in jail. But I know what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to take somebody with me. That I'm not going to do.
So, all right. So we get to the Fubanga. They didn't bail him out, right?
Nope.
We're not gonna go into why he didn't get bailed out. We're not gonna talk about why he didn't get bailed out. Just understand it was for a political reason.
No, he didn't get bailed out because the person that's supposed to bail him out was telling on him. If I bail you out, then me telling on you don't make sense.
Wow, that's a fact. All right, that's a better way to clear it up, so we don't have to talk about other things. It's all
you know. Hey, I told you I overslept, but I was prepared.
You was prepared. And I like to keep shit secret. I like to divulge information when it's time, as everybody should already know that watches this damn channel. We don't talk about everything at the same time.
There is one thing I want to say.
Get to it.
There is one thing I want to say for everybody listening in. I am not a Treyway artist, or I'm not a Treyway. I am a Treyway affiliate.
There you go.
I was around the people who put Treyway together back when they was in first and second and third grade.
Wow.
Like Miss Treyway. I seen her grow from literally a toddler almost.
Finish what you're
Pardon me,
saying.
like
You
I
saw
said-
Treyway grow from what?
I said I watched Treyway grow from the roots before it was even a seed. I seen the plant the seeds came from.
Ooh.
You know, I bit the apple that was part of that grew the seeds, that grew the tree, that grew the plants that became Treyway.
That's some dope shit right there. Yo, hold on. We got a question. Shout out to Carrie. She wants to ask, how is Fool holding up? And what's Fool's stance with 6ix9ine? How he feels about him? Does Fool know who wore wire in investigation? That's a question.
Then who wore what? A wire?
First question was, how's Fool holding up?
Hey, listen, Fool chilling. In fact, you know what I'm saying, just the other day, Kuda B was up in the cell posting up with him, you know what I'm saying? They was kicking it like brothers.
Yeah, they was.
Because Kuda B a stand-up dude too. Shout out to Kuda.
Oh man, why they fucking with us? Why they fucking with us? Oh shit, wrong person. Damn phone. Good question, by the way, Carrie.
They say the truth will set you free. Or to shut your page down.
That's a fact. I was just about to say something. You know what? I need to definitely make that a meme, nigga. Part of my language. All right, so she said, how's Fool holding up? Finish that answer real quick. And I'm gonna repost that, by the way.
Doing good. Fool doing good. He in good spirits. Let me tell you something, man. This ain't Fool first rodeo with jail. It's not his first rodeo. This ain't something new. You know, he's done time before. So doing time is not hard for him. So he's holding up. He's holding up as well as anybody in jail is holding up that knows how to hold their own.
That's okay. That's what's
if you can't hold your own, then you get that's when you get the stories of niggas stressed out in jail, niggas down in solitary confinement, getting knocked out they patakis, crying all night, inmates complaining to the guards and shit. They can't sleep and do their time in peace.
Yo, no, before we go any further, you a funny dude. Before we go any further, what happened when Harv came into contact with Shotty?
From what I understand,
yes,
knocked him out of patakis. Knocked him out of
his patakis. Okay, first of all, for everybody that don't know what patakis is, those are the shoes they give you because niggas will steal your shoes and there will be fights and it will be beefs. People will get cut up and everything else. So in the state of New York, I know as far as the city of New York, when you go to jail, they put you in patakis. Pataki used to be the governor of New York, and I believe that's when they started the shit, right?
Yeah, he's the one who started it.
Yeah,
the pataki program.
Yeah, so Shotty got hit, the shoes went flying. It was like, you ever seen Charlie Brown try to kick that football?
but I'm gonna tell you, but see, what I know of Harv is official. You know what I'm saying? Harv official in the street, and Harv is official off his hands, from what I understand. So you know, Harv ain't had no problem dusting them off. It's the fact that if that shit might have happened out in the street somewhere in a dark alley, the person we know as Shotty is no more, as they said in the Malcolm X movie.
All right, next question. It says, what's Fool's stance on 6ix9ine? Like, how does he feel about him?
He don't feel about him, you know what I'm saying? To him, you know, 6ix9ine ain't doing dirty. God. So he doesn't have any ill will towards Danny. Like, to him, Danny he's like me. That dude is a mice. Not a mouse, but a mice. He's harmless. Copy. The only thing, the most dangerous thing about Danny is his mouth.
Copy. So
the shit he say is dangerous, but it's not dangerous to him. It's dangerous to the people around him.
So he did not, as far as Fool Banger knows, Tekashi didn't talk on him.
No, not as far as he knows. That is a solid fact.
Thank you.
Danny never spoke on. He never spoke on Fool. Never ever spoke on Fool. I haven't even heard anybody say that Danny spoke negative of Fool.
Thank you.
I do. What I have heard is after the Barclays incident, he did distance himself from Fool or any contact with Fool.
Well, Fool was locked up for the 2 weeks after that happened, so maybe he knew that certain things was in the play already. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and the last question was, does Fu know who wore the wire in the investigation?
Hey man, that is a sealed document. Nobody knows who actually wore the wire unless you know the situation that the wire was worn
in. That's a fact.
The people who got that the Fed took that package to and showed them those transcripts.
Yeah,
they know who did it. They know who told on them because they know who they had the conversations with. It's people on the outside that know, but like I said, I know. Me and Fu talk. I know who the other person is, but for me, I'm not saying who that person is because the government seems to be like, it looked like they're hiding this person. And for me to talk on this person might put me in a situation where they go, you know what? You just fucked with our case. And that's called tampering with a federal investigation. So, Shadi's information is already out there. So,
Fool's not going to trial. Go. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh, no, Fool's not going. Hey, listen. If Fool go to trial, Shadi's going to walk in there and say, we don't fold, we don't bend, we don't break. Unless we understand talking about Fool, because that dude right there dangerous, man.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you, I had somebody hit me up like, yo, B, man, why you going so hard on Shadi, but you ain't going on hard on these other people? You know what my answer is? Those other people don't mean nothing to me. I don't make money with those other people. I don't have music business arrangements with those other people. Me and Fu got a solid business relationship that's been going on for years. So when it comes to Fu, hey, I'm gonna speak my mind, like what I'm saying, because like our new artist SMG Rada, me and Fu was bringing him out. Fu was gonna host the project and all that. Like they killed money for us. Just like we had the whole. Like he had CT Treyway, which is Connecticut Treyway, and I had Treyway South.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's how it was operating. Even though there was people in the original Treyway that didn't agree with how things was put together, or how CT Treyway came about, or how Treyway South came about, it was all sanctioned.
Copy.
You know what I'm saying? So like the people who own Treyway, like Mrs. Treyway, I sat and spoke to her personally myself.
Say who owns Treyway once again?
Miss Treyway owns Treyway.
Okay.
Mrs. Treyway owns Treyway. But I went to her personally myself because I watched her grow up. I've known her for a lifetime. Even though they sanctioned the CT Treyway and Treyway South got sanctioned. Me being me, I went to the person that I knew owned it. And I let them know where my position was and how my situation got sanctioned in it. I went and let her know personally. She'll tell you I sat right in her kitchen. Me and her sat in her kitchen and we talked about that. You know what I'm saying? So like, even down to that, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, she always she'll tell you, she be asking me, yo, what artists you got? I know you always keep artists around. I do. That's what I do. I find talent. The old thing, the only bad side about it is, like I said, a lot of people, they just don't realize, Jack, man, that like this thing is so screwed up that everybody involved in this case might as well just wake up tomorrow morning and say, you know what? I'm gonna take these plea deals. I'm gonna keep these niggas off the stand so these suck ass niggas can get out of jail and say, I ain't telling nobody.
Explain that real quick. Hold on, before we go any further. Explain that. How paperwork don't mean shit if no one goes to trial. Explain that.
See, when people start talking about paperwork, I don't think they understand what they're saying when they say paperwork. Because paperwork is a motion of discovery. You know what I'm saying? It's a documentation of the minutes of a trial. That paperwork only comes if it's presented in a courtroom. Because like to have a signed statement, all parties have to be in agreement that could have possibly happened. That means the judge is in agreement, the prosecutor is in agreement, and the defense attorneys they're not in agreement, but they do understand it's enough information for their client to be charged.
Mm-hmm.
So within that paperwork, when you go to trial, then everything you say on the stand becomes the paperwork.
Copy.
But if let's say if I take,
it just does this every fucking day.
I hear you though.
No. The live, the fucking YouTube. Hold on.
They try to shut us down, Jack.
Oh, we back. It didn't kill me all the way. It didn't kill me all the way today. We back?
Yeah,
we back.
Hey, I guess I ain't say the wrong thing yet. Every time I say the wrong thing, them boys shut us down.
Hey, that's a fact. But they shut me down every day after about 50-something minutes.
Hey man, listen, just like Shotty Lloyd had Alshon Martin Page shut down and his music taken down.
Wow.
Hey man, that man working against you too, probably. You never know. Like we are a threat to his client. You know, Jack, you like you're a good dude, but you are a threat to this whole case in the feds' eyes. Because the feds want to get these rats in and out of their rat hole as quietly as possible. But when us bringing attention to it, you know what ends up happening is you get people like Shotty who have their court dates pushed back because the information that's getting leaked online is exposing his position.
I'm agreeing with you, but I want to say something real quick. I also think because we're doing the service that we're doing, we're actually preventing them from locking up other people who might be able to get caught up in shit.
Definitely. And
like that's why niggas is not trying to come after me and niggas ain't hating me, because I'm actually giving niggas a lot of information that involved with what they could possibly get caught up in. The bullshit. That's a fact.
Hey Jack, I can tell you like this. It's people on my team that will be highly fucking upset if somebody fucked with you, Jack.
Appreciate y'all.
that's on guard, man. I put that on guard. I would be highly upset with that.
Appreciate y'all. Shout out to Ruby Reed with the donation.
You're not lying.
Wait, hold on. Shout out to Ruby Reed with the donation. She said Jack Frost is on fire. Salute to Bryce Gang CEO. The Rico puzzle is looking better and better each day. She said, salute, my brother. That's a fact.
I mean, you know, so like, this is how it works. Like I said, if I told on you, they're going to come to you and say, Jack, we know about March 8th, March 10th, March 13th, and March 20th. You want to play with us? And you know, Jack, you know what you're going to say? You're going to look at that paperwork and be like, damn, I was with Bryce on the 9th, 10th, 14th, and 20th. They know what the fuck they talking about. All right, man, I'll take your deal.
So that's basically...
To keep this coward off the stand, I'm going to take your deal. Because putting this coward on the stand, y'all motherfuckers might get me in there and ask me about some shit from 2001, and I ain't prepared to talk about that. Never. You know, I ain't prepared to talk about that. Never.
That's a fact. So, another thing I want to get on real quick, because you just said something. So we're saying, I just want this to be clear. There is not a question whether Shotty is snitching or not. This is no question. This is a fact at this point.
A question to who? Who is it a question to?
So hold on.
It's a question to Crown TV.
Yo, hold on. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay.
It was sweet, heart-wrenching. It was compelling. In fact, if I didn't know no better and I didn't know that nigga was snitching, I'd be like, you know what, Jack Frost? Leave that man alone, man. Shotty ain't do nobody wrong, man.
Oh man, yo.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I think personally, I think they paying the dude Crown Prince to report on Shotty to make his image better.
Yeah, they pay. You already know they are.
And like, you know what I'm saying? Like they got, let me tell you something, Jack. I was in one of your morning coffees the other day.
Yeah.
And as I was looking at the names popping up, I seen a name that pop up. I ain't saying that, but I just bust out laughing to myself.
The word?
Yeah.
Why, you recognize the name?
It's one of my ops.
Oh, shout out to him. Oh wow.
He made one comment. He was like for real. He made a comment something about how you know or something like that.
Oh, matter of fact, I think I remember that shit.
Yeah, I just looked at it in my mind. I said, "Look at you. You said what you said, but you will never say that shit to me." How you know? How I know? I know because I know. And everything I bring to the table, I don't bring it to the table until it can't be disputed.
Yo, hit that like button. Can we hit that damn like button? Can we hit the like button so we can send out more notifications? Let YouTube know we got people in here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all guys is the best. So hold on. So we just mentioned this since we're talking about it. So basically, anybody that's out there trying to say, anybody out there basically trying to say that Shotty isn't talking, questioning whether Shotty is talking, or asking to see paperwork, what do you think about these guys? Like do you think they could be any real street dude saying that? I mean, yeah, they could be street dudes saying that.
Hey man,
Shotty got people that love him.
Listen,
Shotty got people that love him.
Those are the dudes that get arrested and get DORs.
Wow.
They get the niggas who saying they get desk appearance tickets. They don't get indicted. They don't get held to trial. Those are people who ain't never been through the legal system enough to know what's going on. Just going to jail don't make you knowledgeable of the legal system. It actually makes you dumb that you didn't know the law enough not to get caught.
That's kind of a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So like, they don't know the legal system. And a lot of people that been to state prisons and state jails, they automatically think they know the rules of the game. The feds don't play by those rules. Like the feds don't, like when you in the feds and the feds come and you start talking that lawyer shit, sometimes them dudes will laugh at you and still talk to you. They play by different rules. Because when you lawyer up with the feds, you know what they do? The dude looks on the side into this box, opens the top of the box up and pulls about 3 folders out and sits them on the table, and your whole thing about get me a lawyer goes right out the fucking door.
Wow.
I don't need a lawyer once I see this. You know everything. When you know everything, why would I go to trial when I know you know?
That's a fact.
And I know you can prove it.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? All they had to prove with Fu was that Fu was a member of NTG. They proved it. That he was an affiliated Amel, proved it. Got pictures of them dated back all the way back to the 80s and 90s.
Wow.
So
how did they get these pictures?
Because they're pictures on social media. Like everybody looking at, a lot of people look at the brother Mel like, so he's some animal. He's still a human being. He still was a rapper. He had a rap career.
That's a fact.
So there was still music in all this. You know what I'm saying? And for everybody watching, I'm not defending Mel. I'm not going against Mel. I'm not saying anything. To me, the situation with Mel needs to be clarified. I wouldn't even talk on that situation because it needs to be clarified. Because I don't understand when people say, well, Mel is telling on people in that case. Who the fuck can he tell on? The people in the case can tell on him. But he can't tell about it. What if he tells on them, he tells on himself. So with that situation, like I need clarification with that before I speak on something like that. And I'm close to people that's close to that person. You know what I'm saying? So like, my opinion is, I just pray, Mel get through a situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Get through your situation, get back to your family, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't never look at the music or none of that shit again, get back to your family, man. Make sure, put your family's situation back intact. That's all I can say about that. But when it comes to him, when it comes to these other dudes, I ain't got nothing. Like Crippy, I don't know that dude, so I can't say nothing about him. But from what I hear, he's a stand-up dude. Stand-up dude. You know what I'm saying? Fu Banger, that's my brother right there. Definitely a stand-up dude.
That's a fact. Shout out to Rio Martinez with the donation. He said 90% of dudes saying, where's the paperwork? Or saying they can't mess with rats. Never been in that position. They will fold quick. Suburban kids trolling.
Yeah, let me tell you something, man. The funny shit is, when these dudes do get in those situations, you know what they do? They do the two things that you find. You only find two types of people in the Fed. Niggas who told, people who told, and people who wish they told.
Shout out to first time we heard that saying, by the way, was from Snow Billy. Shout out to Snow Billy. That's the first time we heard that saying. So yeah.
No, that's everybody
that
in the
is
Fed
a saying.
They say that.
Yes, that
it's
is
only
a
two
saying.
types of people that go to the Feds. People who told and people who wish they told. But the people who wish they told don't tell. They take their lick. And like another thing, like anytime this is how you know. After this is all said and done, when they start housing these dudes in these federal facilities, the first one of them boys hit Butner Federal Correctional Facility is going to tell you that he's a rat. Because Butner is a rat camp. It's a camp full of rats. People who cannot survive in places like Jessup, Big Sandy. They send them boys to Butner, where, you know, the police hold them by the hand, you know. It's okay if you cry in your cell all night, Shotty. Listen, these boys don't sleep anywhere at night. You know what I'm saying? And like a lot, like I said, people been hating me. They be like, yo, why you got this flagrant assault on Shotty? I got a flagrant assault on Shotty because you made a flagrant assault on my business partner. And my business partner's in a cage, he can't defend himself because you put him there. But you put him there. You should have put his whole circle there. That's how I feel about that. You should have put everybody that fool affiliated with and know in that box too. Because we ain't gonna stand by and let you do that. We're gonna speak our mind, we're gonna put the truth out there like it's supposed to be. And like somebody might say, like, well, Bryce, ain't you snitching? How am I snitching? I'm telling you facts on paper.
Yeah, coincidentally, we haven't spoken about anything that isn't factual stuff so far. The problem is some of y'all watch some of these YouTubers. I'm not gonna keep calling niggas dudes names, but some of y'all watch some of these dudes that lie, like just blatant put out lies. So it's hard to understand who has the truth, because when you're watching somebody who just lying, and then you watch somebody who's telling the truth, how do you know what the truth and what the lie is if you don't know? You understand what I'm saying?
These dudes, let me tell you something, man. Hey, people lie every day, B.
That's a fact.
People lie every day, B. In Cameron voice, they lie every day, B.
That's one of the hardest lines ever, though. That's dope.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Fact. Yo, shout out to Cameron for I don't even know who wrote that line. I don't know when he said, yo, people die every day, B. I don't know who wrote that line, but shout out to whoever wrote that line, and shout out to Cameron for the delivery. That's forever a meme.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, man, a lot of this shit going on, man. Everybody in this case needs to wake up tomorrow morning, say, you know what? It's over with. I'm gonna take these plea deals. I'm gonna keep these sucking niggas off the stand so these niggas can come home and be with their families and not have to worry about people throwing paperwork on social media for them. You know, Fool really did them boys a favor.
Yeah.
Cause I know Fool. If it was any different circumstance, Fool would have took that shit to trial. Even if he'd have got 20 years, he'd have took it to trial just for the world to see them boys take that stand.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He would have took it. But Fool got people in this corner that's telling them, like, nah, dude, even though we wanna expose that, it's not worth 20 years in jail.
That's a fact.
We gotta find a better way to do that.
Yeah, we don't want to lose you forever. That's a fact.
Yeah, so like, you know, that's what everybody talking about. Well, where the paperwork at? Hey, man.
Look. Let me read you a comment real quick. Somebody said, without paperwork, you can't touch those boys or someone will touch you.
Who told you that?
Somebody named Raymond Alvarado.
Raymond, if I knew that you told on me, and even if you didn't sign that paperwork, I'd pull up on you and wouldn't care who came for me. I wouldn't care. Let me tell you something. You know why people are scared of this case? Because they're scared of the gang influence surrounding it. Once you mentally take yourself to a place to whereas, man, I ain't afraid of what you're talking about. I'm a grown man. As a grown man, you got to come at me as a grown man. If you come at me with 100 of your partners, guess what? I'll win. I won. Because the whole world gonna be like, it took 100 of y'all niggas to take out that one dude. But like I said, but the truth of the matter is, like I said, there's not gonna be any paperwork.
No, there's not, because everybody's gonna take a deal. The only way that there's going to be paperwork showing that anything happens, somebody has to go to trial. But the feds are going to hit you with so many years if you try to go to trial that nobody's going to know who the fuck told. Only people that's going to know who told is the people that literally got told on, because they got told what the people are going to say about them. Am I correct or am I wrong?
You're correct, but unlike the states, once you testify in a federal case, the paperwork is automatically sealed.
Oh, wow.
It's sealed. It's sealed to protect the snitch and family members of the snitch.
Wow.
90%. Hey, you never noticed. Look, okay, here's the situation. The BMF situation. Everybody says Blue and them boys are snitching, but they don't have the paperwork to show it. But they know he did. They know who told.
So no matter what, there's never going to be any paperwork to show anybody because it's a federal case. So you could realistically think
the feds ain't the state. The state don't give a fuck about you. The feds, they protect their rats and they protect their inmates. You know what I'm saying? Like, with them, it's different. With them, we want you to do your time, go home, and come back some other time.
Hold on. Just so we could be clear, we already said earlier, some of you guys are probably not here, but the only questions that will be asked is questions that involve a donation attached to them of $5 and up. You could be upset if you want. Keep going.
Yeah. Stop sending them $1 donation, man. Y'all better stop acting like you ain't got no money on your cash app.
There's a random troll that be here every day, right? I don't know if they work for Tashia or whatever the case might be, but there's a random troll that be here every day. So they came in and they wanted to ask a question about something that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. That's how they give it up.
Hey, what you say? He's down with Skinny? You say he's down with Skinny from the 9? You talking about the little dude? You talking about the little dude at the Chinese restaurant with his family, and the nigga walked in and whopped his head.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy.
But he say something, man. That dude a rat too.
Skinny. First of all, could we just say something real quick? I'm not trying to dog nobody out here, but anybody that keep getting caught with gun charges, anybody that keep getting caught with drugs, everything else, them niggas don't never do no time. Them niggas don't never get caught for nothing. Them niggas stay getting free, stay getting bond, sitting out here. I don't trust them. That's just me.
Hey, anybody who gets arrested a bunch of times on guns and drug charges and don't go to jail, they fill out their W-2s at the end of the year.
Okay. They got a job, nigga. Them niggas work for them niggas. Part of my language, but these guys work for those dudes. You feel me? Am I lying?
No, you're not. I mean, that's a fact, man. A lot of these dudes are suspect, man.
Yeah, I don't trust none of them. Shout out to them dudes, though. I don't trust none of them. That's just, it is what it is. And I'm not trying to throw shots at nobody. I'm just saying, I know for a fact that if they catch me with guns, this is New York City. In New York City, you see what happened to Lil Wayne. They caught Lil Wayne with a gun. What they did, they sat his ass down for a year. Remember? This is New York City. This is New York City. You get caught with a gun in New York City, these boys ain't playing with you. So anybody that's getting caught with guns on camera, running on the block with guns, you understand what I'm saying? Fool allegedly shot up into the ceiling in the fucking arena. They had allegedly, he was sitting up for 7 months. Another dude was running around. He got caught on camera with a gun twice. He ain't even get locked up for the damn gun. So all I'm saying is, pay attention. This shit ain't hard.
Listen, what we can say now, we don't have to say allegedly shot up the Barclays. He took that charge.
Okay, so yeah, he shot up the Barclays.
Hey, listen, but to see the catch is though, you know what I'm saying? Hey, in 2019, 2020, Food Banger shooting up the Barclays. That's like Jordan winning the World Series, right? That's like Jordan winning the championship right there.
The flu game.
These little young kids running around here. But it's nothing glamorous to it.
Time out, 1 second. 1 second. Sorry about that. Lil Wayne was on Rikers for a year, and I know that to be a fact. What are you talking about, Grime? Rico Grime? Don't come here talking crazy. We ain't kicked me. I haven't kicked nobody in about 20 minutes. Don't be the next one.
Hey, his name Rico Grimes. I'm trying to say that's them boys right there. He is the Rico. He's trying to get us into a circle.
Yeah. Don't make me have to kick you, yo. I ain't playing. He sat up in fucking he sat up in I'm gonna say Ward's Island. He sat up in Rikers Island for a year, and that's a fact. And I know that to be a fact.
Now he was.
Yeah,
he was
a
special confinement.
He about to troll his ass all the way to he about to hit him in the face with his bags. There you go. Hit him dead in his face.
Take that with you on your way out.
Yep.
Take that with you on your way out.
Knock that nigga Patakis off his feet. That dude dead in the face with his bags, man. We ain't playing that.
But yeah, so like, you know, it's a cold world out here. I'm telling you, it's a cold world, Frost. It's a cold world. And the code that we live by growing up ain't the same code these young guys live by. You know what I'm saying? When we grew up, we knew the consequences of running our mouth. And we might not have been afraid of the people that was going to do it, but we was afraid of what was going to happen to us if we ran our mouth. These dudes nowadays are not afraid anymore. To them, they telling their homeboy they go to jail, they get out of jail, and them and their homeboy back together, hanging around doing the same shit over again.
That's a fact.
You take me to jail, homeboy, we ain't never friends. Period. We can't talk, period.
That's a fact.
That's what I said about a lot of people, man, is just like, man, everybody want to know what's going on in this case. And, you know, it's everybody's right to want to know.
It's a fact.
But what people don't have the right to do is create their own narrative.
That's a fact.
The story is written. Like if you ain't a part of the story, you can't add a passage to that book. All you can do is read the book.
That's a fact. Got a question. All right, so just so we can be clear on this, because I think it's very, very important for people to understand a couple of different aspects. Were they stealing money from Tekashi?
I don't know. I wasn't a part of any financial dealings with them. I wasn't, as far as that concerned. I don't know. I had no dealings with Danny. Period.
Copy.
My dealings were with Fu, and anybody that's around that I actually came in contact with during my work with Fu. I can't say nothing bad about the people I may have come in contact with because they never did nothing to me.
Okay.
And they didn't do nothing to Fu.
Okay, you know
So,
Shadi personally, right?
For me, no.
Okay.
I actually had the opportunity to meet him twice.
Okay.
3 times.
Okay. From what you know, but you know people that be around him, obviously.
Yeah.
So from what you know about Shadi, would you believe that he is the type of individual that would steal money?
I believe he's the type of person that'll steal your mom if you didn't have her in the house. Like,
Copy.
I'm gonna tell you something. No, don't get me wrong. Shadi's a street dude. Don't everybody listening, don't be fooled by nothing that's being said. He is a street dude. So, you know, he's gonna do what street dudes do. You put him in a situation, hey, yeah, he'll pop you. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? He ain't a sucker. That's not what we saying.
No, that's absolutely not what I'm saying.
Far from it. He is a dangerous individual. And he can be even more dangerous with money in his pocket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like he's not no scary dude, but he reached that peak in life, whereas, hey man, you gotta be more than a gangster in this world to win.
That's a fact.
You gotta be more than a gangster to win. Like you could be a gangster, but even all the gangsters go down.
That's a fact.
I can't really name one major player that didn't go down. Can't name it. It ain't too many you can name. So, you know, that's when you live that lifestyle, you know what's gonna happen. And for them, they was blind to not see what was gonna happen. Because you know better. Money, back in the days, OJ messed that up. Money used to be able to buy you out of anything. But when OJ Black Ass bought himself out of a murder charge of 2 white people, you ain't noticed how that changed? Now people with money, black people with money going to jail.
That's a fact. Hold on. Shout out to Jason Myers with the donation. He said, Frost, no cap. Bryce and yourself are my brothers. Laugh out loud. Bryce sounds like my brother. Just know, y'all brothers and Kashana Brown got mad love from the rack. Right. Shout out to you, Jason. It's one of our brothers from Chirac. All right, so I'm sorry to tell everybody, but we got to get ready to close out. Is there any closing statements you want to make? Also, the thing that I told you that we're going to be discussing, we're not discussing that today. I want to make sure I put that together appropriately. Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to make sure I put that together appropriately. So we're not discussing that today. Okay, so.
True indeed.
So, with that being said, is there anything that you want to go out with today, my brother?
I want. This is what I want everybody to know. I want everybody to know Bryce Gang Music Group is in the building. I'm Bryce Gang CEO. I want everybody to know, saying, go out there and follow my dancehall artist, Mrs. Corny. She got a hot fire CD out, Moves Not Genres. I want everybody to go out there and run and get ready for that Grand Theft Auto 135 about to drop. Presented by Food Banger. This is the artist SMG Rada. Like I said, we had some big things popping up, but it's still gonna go. I'm here, so it's gonna go. I want to send a shout out to Miss Treyway, Seiko Billy. What's up, Billy Otto nephew? What's good with you, Billy Otto? Kevin Boy Fouar, you know what I'm saying? The whole real Treyway, the whole Madison TNC. I want to send a shout out to them. I want to send a shout out to all the real rights, all the way from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South. I want to send a shout out to all the Crips across America, because y'all banging for a cause, just like the Bloods is banging for a cause. I want to send a shout out to everybody in the streets that keep it in the streets. Everybody that keep it in the road. Everybody that speak truth and ain't trying to hear that bullshit. And I gotta send a big massive shout out to the Seeds of Malcolm X Youth Development Group, because right now they putting together something real big, trying to get these gang members out of situations so they won't be like Shotty and won't be like Melanie's dudes going through the hardship. So big shout out to the Seeds of Malcolm X, L Justice, Ha Shabazz. Big shout out to my brother there. Rest in peace to Malcolm X Jr., you know what I'm saying? I'm still hurting from that one right there. But I just want to send a shout out to everybody that keep it 100,000. If somebody tell you I keep it 100, you tell them dudes you are $99,900 short of being real.
Ooh. That's what it is.
Period. Yeah, like so, that's and I gotta send a shout out to you, Jack.
Appreciate it. I was like, where am I at?
Listen, I done had about 6 people hit me up since I put my little video up, since I dropped my video.
Yeah.
Yo, you want to come on my show? Nope. If Jack Frost don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. But if you want me on your show, you got to cash at me. And I need the cash app in advance. Jack Frost is the only people who get exclusive from me.
Shout out to you, my brother. I fucks with you. Yo, appreciate you. Appreciate you for stepping in. I'm going to holler at you a little bit later today.
All right.
Thank you.
So everybody out there, I want y'all to all stay safe today, man. Kids, stay in school, get your education. No matter how irrelevant what they teaching you in school is, don't look at what they teaching you. Take what they teaching you, go home, pick up the book, and read the next chapter. So when you go back to school tomorrow, you can check your teacher and make sure your teacher's doing her job, man. I want everybody to get your education, man. Stop following these rappers, because these rappers is liars. You actually think these rappers is living the shit they talking about? No. You know what they living? They living the life of the dudes that's going to jail. They telling their story. Like all these rappers out here, they telling the story of the dudes in jail. They not telling their life story, so stop following that shit. Some dudes is not real. It's an act. They get signed to a deal to play a role.
That's a fact. All right.
But other than that, everybody follow me, Bryce Gang CEO on Instagram. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Snapchat. I got an Instagram and a Facebook. That's it. That's as far as my social media savvy.
Yo, how can we check out Food Banger's music?
Oh, We got Fubanger actually got a new song coming out featuring SMG Rider.
All right, you gonna give it to me? I'm gonna drop it over here.
Oh, you're gonna get the exclusive. You're gonna get me and Mac already told. I mean, I just spoke to Mac about it the other day. You're gonna
Shout
get
out
the
to
exclusive,
Mac.
the
It's a
video
fact.
and all that.
Appreciate y'all dudes.
Oh yeah, shout out to my business partner, my brother Mac, the general. You know what I'm saying? Mac, I know you probably listen. I ain't to get you homeboy. It's just, you know, man, you so sick, I don't have to shout you out. You know, like certain people, I ain't gotta shout you out because you know where we at with it.
That's what it is.
But other than that, Cross, I appreciate you having me on the show. And you know what I'm saying? Anytime. And anybody got any questions about what's being said, Frost ain't said it. I said it.
Wow.
Period. So you can come to Bryce Gang CEO IG. You can DM me. I ain't gonna kick you. I'm going to screenshot your message. I'm gonna put it online, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna have everybody that follow me go in on you. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of niggas go in on you.
Yeah. Wait, hold on 1 second. We got a last donation before you leave. Shout out to Mayhem 401. He says, when you in the feds, it's a different ball game, and the feds don't play fair. They 100% protect their racks. You know who told on you by the dates and whatever took place. Facts.
Facts. And that's what I just said. You know, we know, we know they know who Water Wire because they know who they was hanging out with on the 9th, 13th, 15th, and 18th. They know who they was hanging out with. It's a process of elimination. Okay, this person ain't been jammed up, so I know it wasn't him. But that nigga, my co-defendant, and that nigga right there ain't going through the same thing I'm going through. Pardon the N-word. That jigaboo ain't going through the same thing I'm going through.
Yo, love you, my brother. I'm gonna holler at you later.
Later.
That one was good. That quality was good. Yo, appreciate. Why the hell would you put? Who phone number is that? Get that out of here. I'm removing that. What are you doing? Anyway, yo, look, I love you. I appreciate everybody coming through. A couple things I want to say before we break out, right? A couple things I want to say before we break out. One of the main things I want to say is remember all of these dudes, right? Remember all of these dudes, all of the different channels, all of these different people that keep telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. Now, this is how many Treyway members have we had on this channel already? And it seems like every single which one of them is saying that this information that I'm giving out to y'all is accurate. What more do you want me to do? People need to stop paying attention to the suckers. Please stop paying attention to them suckers. Some suckers is gonna have you running in circles. That's a fact. Stop paying attention to them. With that being said, yo, look, man, I want everybody to enjoy their day. I want everybody to have a beautiful day. I want everybody to go out there and do what they need to do in order to be successful, with the exception of destroying other people to get what you want. With the exception of that, I want everybody to go out there and work hard. I want all of your hard work to pay off. Remember, just because some of the hard work that you do don't pay off, that don't mean other hard work won't. Yo, what up, yo? Shout out to Big Meat. Shout out to Big One Radio. That's a fact. That doesn't mean that other hard work won't pay off. You understand what I'm saying? So work hard. It's gonna pay off. Keep good people around you. You understand what I'm saying? Besides keeping good people around you, shout out to Jason Myers. He said, Bryce Gang facts. Besides keeping good people around you, be good to the people you keep around you. That's very important. You understand what I'm saying? We're trying to build community with one another. Like I said, right here, we are in a community. Don't get this confused. But you need to also have your own little personal community that you're also a part of out there in your physical world. You understand what I'm saying? You make sure that you keep people around you, good people around you. And you make sure that you be good to the people you keep around you. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what we need to do. We're all trying to grow. We're all trying to build. We're all trying to be here today and then here tomorrow. And then the next day come and we're here that day. And then we're here the day after. Then the next day come and we're here that day and we're here the day after. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to slowly build up so we don't lose what we get When we acquire things too quickly, we don't appreciate them sometimes. When we acquire things too quickly, sometimes we don't learn how to hold on to it. So just because your grind is slow, just because it's taking you a minute to get to where you're trying to go, that doesn't mean that you're not going to make it. So please don't give up. Keep people around you with negative energy. They got negative from around you with negative energy. You got them negative energy vampires. You keep them from around you. You let them stay in this moment. You go to this moment. Now look. For everybody that's been here for a while. For everybody that's been here for a while. I'm dropping throwbacks for the explicit reason of, well, for a couple of different reasons. But one of the main reasons is some of these throwbacks have nuggets in it that you need to understand, because we're about to take this whole entire story to a new lane in a minute. In a minute, this whole entire story is going to go to a new lane. And when certain information becomes public, which I'm telling you I'm going to make public, I'm telling you I am. When certain information becomes public, I want everybody to be able to put it in the proper context. I think that that's important. I want everyone to be able to put it in the proper context. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. All right. Also, one last thing I want to throw out there, right? Shout out to Mike Wade. Shout out to BBN. Much love. Appreciate you. One last thing I want to throw out there. Even when people cannot do anything for us, we should still treat them with respect and kindness. We should still treat them like human beings, even when they can do nothing for you. We still have to treat people right. Stop thinking people are clout chasing. Not everybody is clout chasing. Stop thinking everybody's D-rodding. Not everybody is D-rodding. Some people literally have a job that they're trying to do. You just might not know what their job is. You might be confusing what you believe their job to be with something else. Don't put yourself in an individual's crosshairs when there's no need. And don't put an individual in your crosshairs when there is no need. Let's try to work together, because that individual which you decide not to work with one day, the next day might be the individual that you hope could forget about you because you crossed them. Let's treat people with love, respect, honesty. Let's do that. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.